Hello everybody, I'm Quentin Beam, or as some of you may know me as the Hardcore Champion. And today we're going to be doing a commentary on my very first skit in a really long time. The reason why, I pretty much explained it in this video, the fact that the reason why I don't do a lot of skits nowadays is because it's a lot more time consuming. But whenever I do get to do them, I have a pretty good time doing them. I do like to put a lot of effort into my work and stuff. And this one, I feel like I could have put a little bit more effort in. I don't know. I feel like there are some things I know for sure I could have done easily. For example, this music fade in, I may have put that way too low. And, but enough of that talk. Let's talk about my ideas for it. Now, the original idea of the skit was it was supposed to be sort of a parody of the film Birdman: The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, thus hence the title Hardcore: The Expected Virtue of Championness. So that's kind of what this does. I guess my character, I called him Q just because. I guess he's supposed to be sort of Michael Keaton in this case. Anyway, I wanted to roll with that because I was thinking of the trailer of that movie, and then I remembered that would be really cool if maybe I could do a skit like that, but instead of talking about movies, I'm doing it about reaction videos. And by the way, I should point out that my thoughts on what I say about the skit in the reactions and stuff is not completely true. Like, I do enjoy doing both. I don't just see skits. I don't see reaction videos like being the only thing I want to do, because I do plan on doing some more. And here you can see are some shots of me trying to be all artistic. I'm not too sure if this was intentional or not. And by the way, I didn't get to talk about it, but that last shot, the last shot where I'm walking up and then it cuts to a side shot of me, I had to do that twice. And something you'll also notice is that I'm able to get more than one view. That's another reason why some of this was delayed, is because I had to lend my tripods over to my my what's it called? The tech? No, not tech. I know what it's called. It's a thing we had to work on. Oh, and by the way, I messed up there. I forgot to add in a ringtone sound effect there. And no, Andrea, I do not have a girlfriend named Andrea, unfortunately. That is sad. But, life goes on. But like I was saying, it was like a digital interactive media class that we were doing the stop motion things with. And I had to lend my tripod so that we could get productions on stuff done faster. It was a hectic little project, and I hope I never have to go through that again. So that's what caused the delay, and that's how I got these different views. And here we begin the music. We'll talk about music a little later, but as you can tell, this is Death Note theme. Death Note is probably my favorite anime of all time. Actually, I take that back. No, Dragon Ball Z is. Death Note is my second. It would be my favorite, except for the fact that the thing about Death Note is that once the beginning parts are really good, but then once it comes around the end, things just sort of fall out of interest. And that is me trying to attempt an Irish accent. I think I did it pretty well. And I wanted to use Arizona sweet tea because it looks more like actual scotch, but I didn't have it at the time, so I just decided to use lemonade. Now the hat that my character Colin, who I'm guessing you could say is based off Colin Farrell, because, Irish and stuff. But the hat that he's wearing was the hat that I got to wear at my band banquet. And if you were to see my whole outfit, I kind of look like a mixture between Oscar Schindler and the guy who does the exorcisms in Exorcist. Oh, and perfect timing too. That's how I sometimes felt in the terms of how I wanted to, not how I wanted, but how I am. Oh, but forget about that right now. Anyway, I really do like this panning effect I did right here. Yeah, you can tell. Oh, and here's another little issue you may see a couple times. Me having to reuse some frames. I might have forgotten to pause for longer timings there. Oh, and get this part. You can't tell, but that lemonade kind of spilt on me a bit. My mom actually caught that the first time she saw that, but you probably wouldn't be able to tell. Now, okay, now here's an interesting little fact here. This shot right here, where I'm talking, it was supposed to be shot where I shoot my face like like how I do on my reaction videos with the laptop, which is why I didn't intend this shot to be too. I had to use this shot for that. And so, because it's blurry, I had to go with what I had best, but the problem was that I forgot to turn on my microphone when I was recording my face. So that's why I had to resort to that shot. And here is the comeback of my characters Alex and Allie. And this is sort of the scene that kind of feels more like Birdman, where I played Michael Keaton. Alex, I guess, plays Zach Galifianakis, I guess, in this, and I'm assuming Allie is playing, obviously, Emma Stone, because that's the only one out of it. Even though it's not really complete like this. I don't know why when I'm getting like this, sometimes my arm will stiffen up. I'm not too sure if that's something good for acting or not. And by the way, oh, that reminds me of something else. There was originally supposed to be music right here, but apparently I had it, and it was a pretty decent song. It was a nice song, and I made sure it wasn't copyrighted or anything. Because some of the other songs are copyrighted, but I'll talk about that later. That's why you can... But the thing is that it got taken off. I had to remove the song off of the video because of a copyright claim. But I really wanted to keep this video on YouTube, so I had them remove it. And that's why the video sort of sounds a little bit weird when we talk. You can clearly hear that there is some music going on in the background when we speak. That's why you can hear that. Maybe you can hear some of it, maybe you can't. But I think I know the problem is that mainly because, like, I should have put, like, a filter on it, which I did with the other songs, which is... I don't know why. So yeah, there was supposed to be music there, but I couldn't get it through the copyright claim. If I did put a filter on it, like the others, I know I'm just rambling, but you know, that is what a commentary is. I just ramble on and on sometimes. This is all completely unscripted. I don't know why you'd want to make a scripted commentary. The only time you'd make a scripted commentary is if you're purposely trying to riff on the video, which is what I did with my hardcore music rant. I did record one for Taylor Swift Shake It Off, but I don't know, I'm maybe changing my mind on it. I might do a different one. You can definitely hear it right there. That little, the obvious effect that there was a song there, but it had to get removed. I just realized that the tripod is still in that shot. And here's the other Death Note theme. As you can tell, I'm not too sure if I remember this or not, but I got a haircut there. I'm not too sure. That might not be too surprising because I still have my haircut during those scenes, or maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. Actually, no, I take that back what I said about the filter songs, because I didn't put a filter on this or the other Death Note theme, and yet those got by real well. And that's Japan. Think about that, Japan, the company that makes Sega in Japan is one of the strictest copyrighted companies for video games, and yet this completely gets away. Maybe they just didn't catch it.
And there will be a soul on Earth that can stop me for it.
Oh, and let's talk about the Batman. I guess who plays Edward Norton in this? And yeah, PewDiePie reference there, Swedish gamer. And there's a Les Miserables reference. Wow, my writing is a little all over the place, isn't it? And you can tell I recorded these things over it. You can tell it's done by the same microphone I'm recording this commentary with. And you can also tell that you can hear me press the space button when I'm done recording. That may or may not get distracting, I'm not sure. I wish there was a better transition for that. This was originally supposed to be the transition, then I get to the first shot of Batman. And this is another example of my music, where I use the Dark Knight theme, but you probably wouldn't have been able to tell because I had to, again, put a filter on that to make sure that that it won't get a copyright claim. I think it's at this point of the skit where I think my writing got a little bit more consistent. And you can definitely tell I had not shaved for a really long time here. I was trying to grow a beard so I can make that, I mean not a beard, but at least some decent facial features for my whiskers or so. So that the scene where I get a huge close-up and I basically get my standing on soapbox moment, that's where I'll be really, that way it'll look more effective.
No, you're wrong. He is real. People don't just come.
I'm a little debated whether my acting in this is either incredibly good or incredibly amateurish. You can see I'm trying good.
So, I guess the only way I can prove him to you is
I think the music drop there is perfect.
bring you his body.
And yes, I reused the Death Note music here.
Actually,
God, I love that line. Especially the way I facialize my body there. And this is the part where I start to go a little crazy. I had to take out some of the recording because I had a little laugh there. By the way, I love how creepy this is. Just when the music stops, the second you just hear that crazy laugh, and then Blackshot. And I love the cinematography effects too. And of course, you can't have a deranged killer scene without the psycho music in another high tone because of copyright bullcrap. Yeah, I shook there for a second. This is the part where I think my acting goes a little bit weird because I feel like I'm very constricted here, and I shouldn't be. See, that looks awesome. That's where my facial features come into play. I think this soundbite right here. Oh, and I can't stand the fact that when I get shot, I have to make sure I cushion myself to fall. But like I was saying, oh, by the way, the sound bites from here to a few seconds later, they're all iMovie sound effects that I was able to put on for free. Right here. And, but another thing I was trying to say is, in the line where I say, in the line where I say, too bad you don't have superpowers, I start to crack up into laughter. I kind of cut that laughter out, and I use that as the audio you hear after the shot of Batman getting killed. And another example of reused footage. I kind of enjoy this flashback scene. I feel like there should have been a better transition for that at least. I think I should have spoken up a little louder here. Oh, did I forget to mention that I basically wrote this entire thing in about 4 days or so. I wrote each scene a day each. No, I take that back. I shot each scene a day each.
The reason
This is why I wanted to have my facial hair grow out, so I could get that awesome zoom in effect. What was I saying? Shoot, I can't remember what I said. Well, yeah, but I wrote this all during school, during cafeteria breaks, and I just realized a weird lighting change right there. Oh, and this song is the theme from A Beautiful Mind. I chose A Beautiful Mind because I figure A Beautiful Mind kind of feels like this effect where I'm doing something like this. And I think it actually works out really well. Especially this part right here. When the music just sort of zooms into a triumphant hit. Right there. Oh, and this lighting, I don't know how I got it like that, but it was amazing. That was actually a really good cut edit I just did. I can't remember if that was two shots, one shot where I go down and another shot where I go back up, and another Shakespeare reference. Oh, by the way, this part right here, the part where I say Unsweet Prince, this part I completely winged in just because I wanted to really sink in the moment. The part where I say, alas, poor Colin, that part I wrote. But the part where I say, goodnight, Unsweet Prince, and yeah, if I had actually written that, I would have said that something like that much better. But Unsweet Prince from the end, I completely wung it. And that is hardcore, the unexpected or the expected virtue of champions. And those are my two most supportive subscribers. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys there. Bye.